Hello and welcome to Motivational Moments with Donna Hilfiger. I am Donna Hilfiger and I'm super excited about today's topic. Okay, I really put myself out there when I was talking about dreams, and I really overdid it when I followed up on all of the comments that I'd gotten in on the dream segments. So today I'm going to answer your questions. What I've gotten in. It's so exciting that I've gotten in all these questions about, what about coincidences? You talked about dreams. Do you believe things are coincidence? No, absolutely not. I don't believe anything is a coincidence. I believe that everything happens for a reason. And let me tell you why. Because I've had so many coincidences in my life that once I step back and look at it, it's like there's synchronicities. But so many of us we don't know what we don't know. So we're taught that, oh, that's just a coincidence. And we just poo-poo it off and blow it away. But people will come to me because they know I think outside the box, and they'll go, hey, Donna, I got to tell you this because I know you'll believe me. Everybody else will think I'm crazy. And I love it. And I love reading your emails, and thanks for writing in. But I want to give you some examples of the coincidences because I know you've loved the stories from the dreams that I've had. The things that I just can't make up, that I know they're synchronistic. And I talked about when our son died, and I know that hit home with a lot of you because I've gotten a lot of emails about people who have lost loved ones, whether they be parents or spouses or children or what have you. But when our son died, we had to do something positive. So we started a charity golf tournament, and we raise money and give back to hospice, Children's Hospice organization, and we donate the money to for bereavement, for counseling for kids. So, but our first couple tournaments, we donated to a scholarship fund. But anyway, long story short, we had our first tournament, and I invited our OB doctors out, and it was so good. It was so much support because my thing was, I went to counseling. I got to talk it out of me. My husband's thing is he needed to do something that he felt good that all of his peers supported him, and that was his healing. That was his therapy. So the day after our first tournament, I had a couple goodie bags in my car, and I'm driving out the back of our neighborhood knowing that police officers sit there, and I guess I was driving too fast because a police officer pulled up behind me and stopped me. And I was taking these goodie bags to my OB doctors because they had come out to support us at our tournament. And this police officer gets out of his car, puts his hands on his hips and says, "Where were you going so fast?" And I was like, I just snapped because my mind was on the day before. My mind was caught up in all my emotions. And I said, and I'm just mumbling. I said, we had a charity golf tournament in memory of our son, and I'm taking these to the OB doctors. And he goes, license and registration. And I handed it to him, and he looked at it, and he looked at me, and he stepped back, and he had this total different demeanor. And he said, "What was your son's name?" And I'm like, what is going on? And I said, "Cole Spencer Hilfiger." He got tears in his eyes. He said, "I'm so glad I got to talk to you." He said, "You have no idea the impact that made on my life." He said, "My wife was pregnant at the time." He said, "What I went through that day at your house," he said, "I was there." He said, "I have so much more love for my child because of what I went through that day at your house." And I'm just sitting there just in shock because I didn't know how to react, what to say. He hands me my license and my registration back. He said, "I just want you to sit here and take all the time that you need, and you just sit here until you're ready to leave." And he got in his car and he left. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. I've got story after story after story. This redbird came to the church right after we went back to church. And I mean, it was a cardinal, and he stopped the church. He stopped the church because he kept pecking on the window to the point of where I kept talking about redbirds. That's a son of Cole. And my parents would say, "Oh yeah, I see Cole today." My neighbors would say, "Oh, I don't believe in that," until I called them one day, and they answered the phone, and the guy said, "Okay, you've made a believer out of me." I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Remember that cardinal that you would always talk about?" He goes, "Well, I had one that annoyed the daylights out of me, and he's been gone for 2 weeks. And as soon as Hilfiger comes up on my caller ID, here's the cardinal, peck, 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 back at my window. He said, you've made a believer out of me. I'm here to tell you, think outside the box. Look at the coincidences in your life. I can't make this stuff up. Like I said, I'm going to write a book about it. I probably should just get all the TV shows together and have somebody write it for me because I keep telling the stories. But I'm telling you, it's not just me that's happening in my life, because I'm looking at all the emails that I'm getting. It's happening in so many people's lives too. It's time that we all started talking about this and stop living our lives in the closet, because it's happening to all of us. So share only with people who are going to believe you, people who are going to support you in whatever it is, that the coincidences that are happening in your life. I hope you get a great takeaway from this. Continue to write in, Donna at DonnaHilfiger.com. I hope you go out and have an amazing week. Thanks for watching.